Good evening. Welcome to Wargaming After Dark, the tabletop wargaming podcast.
I'm your host, Sean.
I'm your host, Brian.
And I'm your host, Ricky.
Good evening. So,
Sean.
Yes.
Infinity.
So, guys,
what happened with that?
I'm going to have to come clean. We're probably not going to talk about Infinity for a little bit because we keep lying to you. Blatantly, bold-faced lie. We're going to talk about Infinity.
As a member of Wargaming After Dark, I would like to point out that Sean makes promises and Ricky and I don't support them.
That's very true. I love the game Infinity. From the demo to the first few games of it, really fell in love with it with N3. N4 came out, and you have the world's slowest reader trying to get through pages of top to bottom rules. And it's just going to take me a while to get through it. Plus, we need a table to actually play to get through the actual game so we know about the game.
We sorted that out a week ago.
No, we have two tables. I meant the terrain. Like, the amount of terrain and board
because it's got to be
filling.
specific.
Yes. And they just put out their tournament packet, which changed up a bunch of stuff, too. Yeah. We will talk about it at some point. We also don't want to come to you and tell you about this amazing game when we haven't played it. We haven't even finished reading the rules.
He hasn't even asked me to play. He just made promises about playing, and then I didn't hear from him for like a week.
Page 61 of the rules.
Just saying. He hung out with another one of our friends and played a game with him, but didn't talk to me about it at all.
Horus Heresy. We played Horus Heresy. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But there's a few announcements before we get into a few different games we're going to talk about. We're not just going to hammer home GW all day.
Yes, this is exciting stuff.
Well, first and foremost, before we do anything else...
GW?
No. In a minute.
All right.
Sean, how much hobbying did you get done today?
Done today? Absolutely none today. But if you mean from the last podcast, when you posed us a brand new thing of what was going to be your next 2 weeks of hobby, well, I once again, I told everybody I was going to be working on my Necrons because I was super enthused, really looking forward to the new books. And I didn't, other than pulling the models out and leaving them on my desk, I did not touch them. I have moved them left and right so they're out of the way of building Star Wars, Legion, B-1 battle droids, Commandos, and Darth Maul.
Yes!
We got some B2s in at the store.
What? I've been looking for B2s, and the store, when I went through it the other day, did not have a single B2.
See, this is the reason why we need video.
I told you.
No, you didn't. I asked, are there B2s?
Shock and
no.
betrayal on Sean's face when Brian said that.
Well, you could purchase them now.
I want everyone to know how upset I am.
Because the B2s are really what you want. They're awesome. You don't necessarily want Droidicas.
I have one B2.
Somebody needs to buy Droidicas. We've got like a ton of them.
I can't. I have three. I have 3 Droidicas, or what? 3 units of Droidicas, so it's 2 each. And they points went down, and I'm still not gonna take them because.
So what I'm hearing is not only did you lie to our community about Infinity, you lied to our community about what your projects were going to be. How will they have faith in the production that we make?
No, he didn't lie. Hold on. No, because the Necrons are still an active project. Just Sean has a very large desk, and he can just move to a different spot.
Have you seen Sean's desk? It's not that large.
The viewers haven't. Apart from potentially like 2 of them.
I think we need to do my hobby space shop tour of Sean's shop.
Can I please clean it and hide all the shame first? There is a solid closet in there that I can hide a lot of shame.
See, I can't actually hide it because my closets are all full, and my glass coffee table is where all of my shame is, and it's the entire under part of a 5x5 coffee table is just shoved with boxes of shit I haven't built.
I'm gonna go on a record and say that hobby ADD is a thing.
Yes,
and it's okay to have, Brian.
Yeah,
it's okay to just go. Well, you know what? I'm super hyped about having Necrons, but I know I'm not going to be playing 40k that much right now. So maybe I want to work on some other stuff that I haven't had a chance to, or maybe build Star Wars Legion since I've had it forever.
I support Sean and his hobby ADD 100%, and it has nothing to do with my answer to the same question. That's
so how's
for sure.
your Blood Angels coming?
They were, the printer is doing its job very well. It has been.
So what did you tell Brian you were going to work on?
I was
last
converting
episode?
my Apocalypse box of Intercessors into Death Company and Assault Intercessors because just why wouldn't you? But as it turns out, we all started talking about Legion, and I decided to build and paint my entire Legion army, which is probably why I'm so supportive of Sean's decision to do basically the exact same thing.
And because all our viewers already think Brian throws a ton of shade on us, Brian, did you complete your task?
Yeah.
No, but I actually worked on what I said I was going to.
Well, I pulled them out of the drawer and put them on the table.
I have painted all but one of my knights. The last night, it's been a rough week.
Chaos Knight.
I commanded my printer to make chainswords of a scale with Primaris Marines. It was hard.
I don't know if that counts.
It
I
does.
think that really counts. That's way harder than...
It's so difficult. And I actually totally hadn't done the hard part already. That was
Sure, Ricky.
many hours slaving.
So if you haven't figured out, we're going to talk a little bit about Legion tonight.
And the fact that once again, failed to release in drawing on schedule.
We're also going to talk about A Song of Ice and Fire, the Game of Thrones miniature game. And obviously some GW previews because they just came out the day before of this recording. So Brian, what did you think of the GW previews? So we can get this out of the way.
I enjoyed them. I didn't watch the live show because I was busy yesterday. But I read the article and I watched all the little videos on YouTube, and I'm a big fan. I'm a pretty big fan of all of them. I liked Vigilus just for the fluff, and so I'm excited about Kirkharadon or whatever the name of the new system is for the new campaign book. I enjoy that Typhus is getting some time in the sun. I like the fact that he's under orders of Abaddon, and they're keeping Abaddon is the War Master as a theme from 8th edition. I'm a fan of the new Slaanesh models. I wanted Mortals of Slaanesh models really badly, and the ones that were available at this time were not that great. They were good enough that I own a bunch of them, but I'm super excited about the new ones. I really like the Van Saar Necromunda models. I already had a Van Saar gang, and they're pretty cool. They look... Whenever I thought about Van Saar, I wasn't quite sure which way I was going with them for technology, but now they look like Necrons, and they're just cool. What else was previewed?
The Hobbit, the
Ent, Treebeard.
Treebeard, and the 2 Hobbits.
Yeah, take it or leave it. I mean, I'm going to be picking up a copy of the Battle of Planar Fields, and Sean's going to have to play Lord of the Rings with me.
Yes,
okay.
You are.
We'll see.
And I believe that's about it. Oh, Dark Angel's book was previewed. Super excited about that.
Yep.
That's not Azrael on the cover. That's a Primaris Lieutenant. You can tell by his markings. 5th Company.
Yes, but what about Shadespire stuff?
Oh, they look good. I'm gonna buy.
They look so good.
I just want the sorcerer. I'll buy the rest. Put them in my Chaos Warriors as just regular warriors, and then that sorcerer. It looks so much better than the current Slaves to Darkness sorcerer. Actually, both the most current warbands. I'm not going to pick up the Core Knight warband because that just looks like what I already own. Mm-hmm. But I'm probably going to pick up the Wormspat eventually to add to my Nurgle Mortals. I'm going to pick up the Slaanesh one and this newest one. Never mind, it's just the Wormspat and the Slaanesh one that I really like. I don't remember what the Tzeentch one looks like. Is there a Tzeentch mortal one?
I don't think it's mortal. I think it's Tzeentch demon.
Okay, yeah.
I'd have to go back and look. But
so, the Slaves to Darkness, the Wormspat, and the Slaanesh guys, they're great. I like all of them, and they'll put some nice flavor
I like
into
the amount
AOS
of
armies.
room that the Shadespire team has to work.
Yeah.
So those models are completely, distinguishable from the group, but they've slowly started to bring them into a line so they don't They're not what some other companies have had, where they have a side game that
Just
also
looks
can be
totally
played normally,
different.
where they look completely different.
They're different enough, but they're also unique enough.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not planning on running them as the Shadespire Warbands. I'm planning on running like the more unique ones as special Marauders for the Slanesh guys.
Yep.
The Wormspat, they're just cool HQs. And the Slaves to Darkness, the regular warrior guys, they're just warriors. But that Sorcerer is so good. I'm so excited for the Sorcerer. I can't even. I want it. I want it now. Oh yeah, and Blood Angels come out next week. Yay. And the Gladiator tank. Yay.
Well, let's talk about the Age of Sigmar battle forces, just because no one wants to heal Ricky for a little bit. So we'll keep talking about Age of Sigmar.
I mean,
The
I'm
Zinch
just
one is
barely
good.
a Blood Angels player,
So the 40k ones I'm not impressed with. I think the Tyranid
not
one is
either.
okay, and the Tau one's your standard Tau one. It's a good way to start Tau, but it's nothing special.
I think that overall, I think the Tau and the Tyranids ones are the best.
Yeah, well, the Guard one is good because it's everything other than the Hydra is something you want for Guard.
And can you build that kit in a different way, or is it
I can't
solely a
remember.
Hydra?
I could go grab my Hydra box and look, but I don't want to get to my Closet of Shame because we already talked about Closets of Shame.
It's alright. We promise you that there will never be a live stream of us showing how much shame that we actually have.
Well, my shame's split between two houses, so I am 50% safe.
Well, also, our cars aren't big enough to bring all of that to one location at once.
Yeah.
So
That being said, my Grand Army of Chaos for Age of Sigmar is going to be fucking sweet.
yes, especially now that you will have mortals with Slanesh to go with everything.
Yep,
and
mortals.
they look so good.
It's going to be lots of Slaves of Darkness and then like a faction of each god. And eventually there'll be the greater demons for each god mixed in. It's going to be cool.
But the Sigmar battle forces are pretty good.
Yeah.
I think two outshine the rest.
Gloomspite and Zinch?
No, not Gloomspite. I'll explain why. So, Zinch first, you have a greater demon just in that box alone.
Which is like over $100 model on
Yes.
its own.
It's I think they got brought aligned with all of the greater demons, so they're like 140, 120-ish.
Something like that.
So that's huge, and then you have a ton of chaff
Zangors
throughout, Zangors,
and Carrick Acolytes.
Yeah. Then the Gutbusters.
Oh, yeah, the Ogre Maw
Yeah.
tribes.
Ogre Maw tribes. That is a great box.
And it's ogres. You can't really go wrong with ogres. You can take like Frost Fangs, the Frost Sabers, whatever, the rhino-looking things, rather than the mammoths.
I think you could easily have, and I don't know exactly what is battle line, but I feel like maybe one of that box and a get starting of the regular Beastcaller Raiders, and I think
You're set.
I think you're set for just a moderately small game.
I mean, a good Beast Claw army is just like four
4
stone talents and you're done. One hunter.
Mm-hmm. And then
Ricky,
Ricky,
pretend to be interested. It's
Huh?
okay.
I have an
You're speaking Sigmarese. I've got nothing.
I have an issue with the KO, the Karajan Overlords, because
What's in it? I know there's boats in it, but I don't
there's
care.
3 of the small boats, and then
The small
I would
boats are
have-
good though, aren't they?
the issue is that you get that in the starter. This is a battle force, like a once a year battle force. You should have a big ship.
You get 3 gunboats in the starter.
You get 1 gunboat.
Okay. Eh.
You get the 2. Sorry, you get 2 of the small boats and 1 of the medium boats.
Oh, okay.
The issue is you get those 2 small ones in the get starting box, so you're not like making a. You're not really building a big list. If you already have KO, you don't want this.
Okay.
Like if you already have Zinch, like you can't go wrong with buying that box still.
Nope.
Gloomspite gets overall not a bad box to get, like for the price of the stuff inside to what you get, not bad. The issue is if someone wants to start this army, the box is literally split in half, and it's if you look at the box itself, it's split in half.
You mean the Trogots versus the Gits?
Yeah, or but the Squig Riders.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a separate. So you have either 2 battle line. You have 4 battle line and 2 heroes in there, and you have to have one of those heroes.
Speaking of
the champion, just to make it so those troops are actual battle line.
Speaking of heroes, we just got Stink Mullet at the store. The malign portents specific goblin character.
Oh,
he's got the big mushroom head and the blade nose.
Yeah.
Oh, he's so cool.
He is cool. I already have 2 of them though.
Oh, well, I'm picking them up.
You need roughly like 2 of them are great. Fungoid Cave Shamans.
Yeah,
they're great. So, I just feel it's lacking. If you don't have anything for Gloomspite Gits and you were trying to get into it, it's great. But you have to be willing to only run with your Squig Hoppers or your Troggoths being the battle line, and then you have to buy another battle line to go with it.
Makes sense.
Alright, that's out of the way. Ricky, let's hear this week. You drop this upcoming week. It will be already done by the time our viewers or our listeners get to hear this. But you're getting your Blood Angels book. Assault Marines can come out. I know you have a project for them, but you get the new Gladiator
Assault
tank
Intercessors. Assault Intercessors, not Assault Marines. There's a difference.
Sorry, Assault Intercessors.
I mean, now there's not a huge difference. The news, now it's only one attack is the difference, I think.
Jump packs.
That's true. So, jump packs, and one has jump packs, the other has heavy bolt pistols. So I suppose that's your difference. And one's a fast attack slot.
Well, you can have 3 plasmas and a 5-man squad of Assault Marines.
You bring Infernal Pistols is just better.
For you.
Well, yeah, that's the most important. We're talking about me.
Yeah,
You were talking about Sigmar a minute ago when I was just checked out. But yeah.
Well, we all check out when Sean monologues.
Some of us even turn our mics off. Just let him go. Let him loose. Fly off the chain. No, yeah. Those are coming out. The Death Company guys, I'll be honest, I'm not thrilled about those models.
Yeah.
The Death Company Assault Intercessors. Rules are fantastic.
Nothing will ever...
They really couldn't be better, but...
Nothing will ever be as good as the Firstborn Marine Death Company box. That is an amazing box.
That's because that is... And actually, I've got to pick up probably 2 of those, only because that box comes with 1 million extra pauldrons that I'm going to need to... I might even have them, because I bought like 6...
I've got you.
Yeah.
I sold you most of my Blood Angel stuff.
And you have 1 million spare Death Company pauldrons.
I just all Blood Angels extra stuff. Like, the amount of extra bits you get in that, like, I'm surprised GW didn't go out when they first put those kits out.
Well, those kits were from
extra plastic.
the long ago when they just gave you everything.
It's true.
Yeah, now they've rewritten the rules so that if it doesn't come in the kit,
you got to pay extra for it.
Well, usually they've written out like a lot of the stuff that you could have before. Like it's like, oh yeah, I can take this, but you have to make it work. All right, fine. Most,
your tactical Marines can take a las cannon, but you have to get that from another kit just to get the las cannon.
Your tactical Marines can take a las cannon, but you need to buy Devastators if you want to bring that las cannon.
Well, if you want to take a correct Devastator squad, you have to buy both tactical Marines and Devastators.
Actually, yeah, and if you want to run like a standalone squad, you need to buy... You know what? Let's not drop down that rabbit hole of depression. The upside to Primaris is they always come with everything they need. Let's just stick with that.
You just have to figure out which muzzle device is the correct gun.
Yeah, which muzzle device or, the magazine and the sights on the other thing.
So I'm going to be honest with you. I am pro WYSIWYG, but for Intercessors, just tell me which Intercessor it is. Because I can't fucking tell. And I always like, that one's that, and everybody else is like, you're wrong!
On Space Marine pages, I see it all the time. Hey, new player, can you tell me what gun this is? And it's like, it's a Dark Imperium box, so they have all 3 different versions in the same unit.
Yep.
One's just like, oh, that's a banana clip. Oh, that one has a scope, but it's also a banana clip, so that doesn't count as this one. Yeah.
Yep.
Or your
I just thought they were all ACOGs.
What is it? The Hellblasters.
Oh, fuck
Have
Hellblasters.
fun building them.
Shave that muzzle device, and then you get a gap, and then you're like, God damn it. And then you try to fill it in, and it just looks worse. I know people that just leave the muzzle devices off their Hellblasters. It looks like shit, but it's probably a lot less gray hairs on their part.
What you call it? The Brian just mentioned it to me, although I didn't quite pick up on it when I was looking at it a very, very long time ago. Yesterday, certainly not just before this podcast, was the Thunderhammer that comes with the Assault Intercessors.
Yep.
Finally, there's a Thunderhammer that comes in the kit.
Well, you used to be able to get the Salamander's upgrade to get the one Thunderhammer.
Yeah, it's still not worth it. You're better off buying a Vanguard veteran squad just
And
to
getting 5 Thunderhammers. The hand isn't right.
Yeah, the hand is not of a scale.
It's my strong hand.
Not strong. No, I abandoned that. I abandoned that project briefly though to work on my my Legion, which Sean is droids. Brian plays fascists and terrorists mostly.
Everything. I have all 4 factions.
Okay, good. Yeah. So he is. So I play good guys, and Brian plays 1/4 good guys.
So
I am the Republic.
the reason why I play everything is because I got a starter box, and then I got another starter box, and then I was like, everybody else is playing Imperial, I'm going to play Rebel. And then I lost a lot. Because Rebels were bad in the beginning.
But wasn't it like Han Solo came out and totally changed something?
No, Han Solo was a breath of
Words?
breath of fresh air, but he didn't change everything. It wasn't until we got Tauntauns. Everybody's like, fucking Tauntauns, and I'm like, space cows! Murr. I don't own any Tauntauns. But then I wanted to play Imperial, so I built the Shore Trooper suppression tournament list, and then clones dropped. And I got to learn that all my dreams and wishes of a competitive army were moot unless I bought clones. So I bought clones! I've got 3 boxes of Phase 2s. And 2 boxes of Arcs.
I was looking at the arcs, and
They were pretty good.
well, what made me look at the arcs was actually, I don't know if you ever played Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Yes.
Yeah, the ARC Trooper. Jetpack lightning. Yeah. It was exciting. And then I saw those, and I'm like, oh. They're going to be a definite expansion, I do, because that, and I already mentioned the...
You have to choose between the Arcs and the tank, usually, though.
I don't think I'll have trouble... Maybe. Yeah.
I'm excited to build my Mandalorians. I've had them for a while. It'd be neat to see them with the Republic. Or the Rebels. Because I ordered the Mandalorians, and then I turned around and I'm like, I guess I gotta get Sabine. So I got Sabine as well.
Yeah. I would like a few more just random models for Legion. Because Cadmus Bane is cool, but I also at the same time don't have any interest running him when I can run Maul.
You can just have a cowboy hat.
Yeah, just cool. Cowboy hat, but Darth Maul.
Yeah, well, I think they almost made...
I'm
for
super excited for Maul.
They almost made everyone else obsolete when they gave you Maul.
I'm 100% playing with Maul, Grievous, and
Dooku.
Same list.
Yes.
Can you run Maul as an operative?
I think you can run Grievous as an operative.
Okay, because you can only have 2 HQs.
Give me a second. I can tell you in a couple seconds. But even if I can't, running Maul and Grievous or Maul and Dooku is great.
The only way to get like 3 HQs is to run Rebels, and it's like you run Cassian Andor, K2SO, and Jyn Erso, and there's like some weird like one died and so another one becomes a full HQ rather than being an operative kind of thing.
Got it.
I can't remember what the daisy chain is, but there's a couple of weird like requirements you have to meet. And it's the rules writers were like, damn it. Why do you nerds find loopholes?
What's the normal size Grand Army?
No, standard.
Standard, okay.
Grand Army's big. Grand Army is like you need...
Maul is an operative.
He is?
Yes.
Awesome. So yeah, you can. Grand Army, I can't remember how many points it is. It might be 1,200 points. But it's a big game.
It has minimum requirements. You need 5 core choices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I could play Grand Army. I don't know about the rest of you fucks.
I don't think I can,
Okay,
because
B1
B1 battle droids are too cheap.
You want to borrow mine?
No.
Yeah.
I need the
I think I can
AAT.
just manage it. Only just.
I know where one is.
I don't want the... I don't have an interest in running stars.
Stars.
It's technically it's STAR.
Oh, Staps.
Is it?
P.
Is it
P.
a P?
It's a P.
Staps?
Yeah, it's a
Am I
stab.
just reading stuff wrong?
You can't read.
Well, that's true.
Fucking
Damn.
Grand Eater.
Damn, it is wrong. I was wrong.
Were you questioning my encyclopedic knowledge of bullshit about Star Wars?
Yes.
Do you know where you are?
Yes. Also,
You're in my house.
I think there's a lightsaber in that corner, actually.
There is. There's Mud Trooper armor downstairs.
I want, if any of you played the old Star Wars games, and I guess it's not super old, but it came out with the third movie that came out. I can't remember the name of the game. I don't think it was
Republic Commando?
No, it was the one where you're running through Grievous' ship. You're literally like playing through the movie.
As like Anakin or something?
Yeah, and Obi-Wan. And
it was probably just the game, the Revenge of the Sith game.
Probably.
Yeah. Which was deceptively good.
It was. But
I only
I
played
want
the Phantom Menace one.
So it was the B2, but it was the bigger super version.
Yeah, Super B2s?
Yeah, Super B2s with the giant fist weapon, melee weapons. I want those. And I also want more of the like random tanks that they had, like the Dune Crawler. I couldn't tell you any of the names.
Yeah, well, the Dune Crawler is the Jawa tank. You mean the I can't remember the name of it, but it's basically a giant tread on a body. It's got two like quad cannons on the sides.
No, this one actually has 4 legs and
Spider Droid.
Yeah, but it's pretty big.
Yeah, I think the scale might be too big for Legion because they're massive.
And then also the
Apocalypse Legion.
There's also the tank.
I want LAATs for Legion.
There's another tank that it's medium size. It's about AAT size. It comes out of the water in
that's the one I was talking about. That's basically like all tread.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one would be cool.
Yeah, I would love an LAAT, the dropship for the clones, and the ATTE, the 6-legged like walker that the clones had. But I think the scale is too large for the game.
Yeah, I think you'd be like coming up to like Forge World size Heresy models.
Yeah, but it
covers half the quarter of the table.
But it would be so cool. That is my favorite walker. So, I like Legos. I don't know if we've talked about that on this podcast. And I watched Lego Masters last night. And the second to last episode of Lego Masters was they had a Star Wars build night.
Yeah.
And they had to choose a scene from a Star Wars movie. And so for the Hoth scene, they called them Imperial AT-ATs. But then for the Endor scene, they called it AT-STs. What the fuck? That's a goddamn AT-AT.
Yeah.
And we were in the military. We can talk about acronyms.
Did they lose on that merit alone?
No, the show named it. The whole show.
Oh.
It was rough. I was mad. The Lego sets were
He
gorgeous.
gave it a thumbs down.
I did. Well, the Lego sets.
Based on that, everything they did was fantastic.
They did the bunker scene from Endor. That was the one that won. The AT-AT assault on Hoth. That was second place. And the last one was the battle for Crate.
We have a friend that just enjoys spamming our group chat with when am I gonna get Gungans and when am I gonna get Ewoks.
Yep.
And I want to let him know, but I know he doesn't listen. But I want to let him know that there's a way to get those, and you'll have to make your own rules for them. But you can get the models right now. There's a Etsy page that has them. I'm not gonna tell you everything, but you have to do some of the work.
Did you just ruin all of Legion for everyone?
Only for him.
What about the rest of our audience? They might have some troll friend listening in,
who just wants Ewoks.
And now they know how to do it too.
Because no one wants Gungans. That's actually a lie.
Actually, I found a
Mr.
Jar Jar Binks Sith. So you
Mr.
know I'm gonna buy one and put it on the table.
Our friend that wanted to run an event with us is the one that wants them. So he probably actually does.
No, he's just trolling you.
He's very dedicated to his trolling, though.
He is, so he might troll hard enough to buy the models.
I mean, he tried to troll us about heresy, and now he's building a Word Bearers army.
Because he's a power gamer?
Because that's what happens.
Dirty power gamers.
You think you're going to get to the edge of the rabbit hole and just yell down, but then you're like, you get curious and look inside, and then you're there.
Yeah, there's no hesitation. Which Legion are you playing for heresy?
Huh?
How many Mark IIIs have you bought?
I already had a bunch.
Just saying. When you get your Sanguinius.
I know, and Heresy, I think I just like the idea of playing Eldar, because We already have another friend in our local meta that plays Blood Angels. And Heresy is the
How'd that game go?
It wasn't Blood Angels. So, we're going to jump off Legion for a second.
Into your
We'll
segue.
100% coming back to it at some point. But
Probably. We talk in circles.
that's true.
I mean, they've all hard into their Knob Creek disgustingness.
You told us we had to.
Finish it, yes.
Yeah, we're... Actually, I'm almost out, John.
I've got a little bit left. So, recently got a game in of Heresy. Iron Hands versus... Not Blood Angels. Alpha Legion.
Alpha Legion, that's...
Yes.
You know...
So, it was an entire Alpha Legion army.
Power Gaming. Fucking Alpha Legion.
There was only 2 tanks, and I brought 3?
I don't think he owns any tanks.
He has the Friend Makers.
Oh, he brought 2?
Because of...
Yeah.
Of course he does.
The Scorpius, the small
Yeah.
one, not the Sakaran build.
No, the Securin build, if he brought 2, just walk away. Just leave.
Well, the thing is, I normally have a pretty solid chance at defeating those. Except for I outflanked again.
Oh,
with
why
my
did you do
Iron
that to
Hands.
yourself?
And they didn't come on until the first one came on, which didn't happen to have the Spearhead Commander in it. And then the other one had to wait till turn 4 when it automatically comes on.
Aren't they a squadron?
No. The only one, there's only like 2 you can squadron, and it is the Punisher, which is actually, I'm kind of upset that only one Sakaran... Oh, I think the Omega.
I think the Omega can squadron
Yeah.
as well.
The one that's really good about killing troops, you can double those up, and then the one that's just trash but looks amazing. I'm gonna
Looks like
buy
a Tau
it.
tank.
I'm gonna buy it. It looks so cool.
You just want the Arcus. No, you want the neutron laser one.
Yeah.
You're gonna buy it so you can have the neutron laser.
But that's good. That's not for my Iron Hands. That would be for Night Lords. But
Yeah.
I honestly don't think it's the neutron one's that great. It's good, but the output is 1 tank.
Real good.
Night Lords only get 1 tank, and I want it to be something Action Squadron. So I'm playing around still with that. But it went all right.
You can bring saber tanks, so that might actually be pretty good as Night Lords.
It's going to be saber tanks and then the bombard,
running them with the autocannon.
because I want to make stuff that are kind of fast.
Yeah, because the Volkite one sucks.
Yeah, well, I was going to do the autocannon and
Well, you can put a Volkite on the
what's
cupola.
The third? Oh no, the neutron. The mini neutron's actually not bad.
It's not bad if you're outflanking well. You have to be in somebody's side because it is a smaller strength.
Yes. Yeah. It's Night Lords is still being played around with. It's going to be one of the ones that it will be a very long grow.
Did you buy Batman?
No, I have Batman Jr.
Okay.
Not Robin, but Batman Jr. Savitar is amazing. His model is amazing. I'm probably going to end up buying
I don't
2
like
at some
his
point.
spear.
His is the best one.
I think his spear is
It's
wonky.
better than the floppy one that Forge World gives you for the regular looking Nostraman chain glaives.
Are you gonna drop a 15-man Contico bomb someday?
Yeah. Let's talk about that for a second.
15-man Contico
I am
bomb with flamers?
I am
Or
right
Volkite.
now 100% with the Night Lords Legion Facebook groups going on about, well, the
Thramos.
Thramos Crusade has come out and has been over, and stuff was previewed over a year ago, is coming out up to a release, and Forge World keeps putting out all these other random stuff.
I'm still waiting for the Firewing. I'm missing stuff too.
Yeah, but your stuff, not all of your stuff has been previewed.
Yeah, but you've only seen CAD models. Have we actually seen a model of the Contico yet?
Yeah, they put out full painted Conticars.
Oh.
Yep. That was out a year ago at the start of 2020, or a little bit before the start of 2020, when they said that Thramos was going to be this huge thing.
I mean, I got a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Stuff that wasn't previewed initially, too.
I haven't bought companions yet. I should get companions. They're fucking bullshit.
They are. I got to show you something. Remind me after this episode. I got to show you something about a place to get those. So the Heresy game went well.
Did you win?
I won on a technicality.
Do you ever win when I don't help you?
Technicality called the mission.
What mission were you running?
5. The one right before the worst one. I don't have the book right now. So
is that the one with like
vehicles can also score?
Yeah, and it's the one where it's like 2 points for your own, 3 points for the middle,
Yes.
5 points. I love that one. Beachhead.
Yep. And we were Dawn of War deployment.
When they put that into 8th edition, I was so happy.
We were Dawn of War deployment, and it was... I had 2 Sicarans that were off in outflank. I had a unit of 5 veterans in a Rhino. I had a 10-man brick of Gorgons with 2 grav guns inside a Spartan.
How'd they do?
There were a lot of points that didn't do anything because they stayed in the Spartan the entire game.
Why did they get out?
Because his Alpha Legion was pretty much up on me, and it didn't really matter. And then he surrounded it at some point because... Yeah. Because reasons. I drove it backwards for a little bit because I can just... At Iron Hands, I don't really want to go forward. And he was... He completely just like ate through with his Terminators, ate through my...
Was he running Lonian?
1 Legion and 1... what is the Blood Angels Terminators?
I thought... Oh, he was running Paladins?
He was running Paladins.
Because he did coils.
Yep,
so he got
coils.
to take somebody. I mean, that's a good choice.
Yeah.
Paladins are a good fucking choice.
And then he had his heavy brick of Volkite Culverins.
The 10-man Volkite Culverin.
And then...
Dynat? Thunderhammer guy?
No.
Really? No Dynat. He usually likes to run Dynat.
No. Who's the one... I could not tell you the one model.
Exodus?
Yes.
Sniper?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was that. And then...
Well, he wants him to be Omega, so, you know.
Yeah. Basically, he ate through the troops that I had. I should have got the Gorgons out, but I didn't. Because I knew the Paladins were going to chew through them if they got in combat.
Basically, Paladins chew through everything except for...
What I should have done is pull them out on my right side of the tank so they could have ate through a headhunter squad. So the biggest problem wasn't that he was doing well. It was that my Sicarans came on and they had to come on in scoring zones instead of come on and just shoot stuff for a bunch of turns. They had to come in... What?
How many points did you play?
2,000. So it was low heresy. I've kind of come to terms with I don't like playing 2,000 points.
Yeah, you got to play 3,000.
I like 2,500 to 3,000. Not just because I have a ton of stuff.
1,000 or 1,000 to 1,500 for ZT.
I still
or
want.
ZM.
I still want close to 2 for ZM. It's fun with lower numbers, but I also think it's a lot more fun with big numbers.
What do you think about Eldar for Zone Mortalis?
I think there's a lot of ways they could shine in Zone Mortalis.
I think Scorpions could be fucking terrifying in Zone Mortalis. I just want Scorpions to be good. Dear listeners, I don't know if you've noticed the theme.
Yeah, they're...
So,
do you get Karadras or Ahara? And
well, if you
Heresy?
want to take Scorpions and Heresy, you need to take Karadras.
It is Karadras. I didn't know.
Yeah, no, this is... That happened way, way before anything. So they were both still mortal at the time.
Ahara is cool. I mean, Drozer's cool.
Same guy.
Yeah, same guy, different hat.
Yeah.
His hat got spiky.
Well, Karadras took his other hat, and then he was standing there hatless. He's like, well, I need to sort this out somehow.
Yeah, my head's cold.
Yeah.
So basically
all Eldar, man, their heads get cold really easily.
The game with Ryan outplayed me the entire time, and then I got lucky.
You bum rushed into his deployment zone.
No, my Sicaran sat in the center, and he didn't. He had pulled troops out of the center to deal with the back Sicaran. So that's really it. Like, he outplayed me for a lot of those. Like each turn, he was outplaying me. He also just outshot me the first 2 turns because I didn't have my big guns on the table. I had a Sicaran. The Rhino was not doing great because I was trying to bum rush it across the table, but it basically got pinned by the Culverins.
And the most important question is...
What?
Did Luna like him?
Yeah.
Good.
So the cats.
Your cats like everybody.
Well, that's true, but...
Especially people with allergies.
They actually like you two more.
Yeah.
Because they weren't really messing with us that much.
Yep. Well, I mean, the last time we were there, they just sat, pretty much.
Yeah, but they weren't trying to jump on the table. They didn't do that once.
So what you're saying is they hate him.
No, I think they're just preoccupied. So things have happened since you guys have come over. The cats don't get fed twice a day. Like, per what the vet said, we're not doing it anymore. Because they are acting like their attitudes have changed because we started free feeding them. They're still getting the amount that they should, or a little bit more than like the vet told us they should. But the cats are not jumping up, going after, like, there's a point where the one cat jumped on the counter and took food that was actively being cooked in a pan. Like, that's how much he wanted food.
You know when you walk away from the stove that...
No, we weren't walking away.
I'm just saying you're not the safest cook in the world.
Me?
Yeah. She's fine.
You've never been there when I cooked.
I know. That's why I don't believe you're the safest cook in the world.
Oh my god. Okay.
I think you've just got stereotyped so hard.
The cat is a nutcase, but it's because he was a...
It seems to be that she
stray.
takes care of you pretty well.
Yes, I'm not complaining about that. I'm saying, back to the point of the cat is not food aggressive anymore because we free feed him. So he didn't care to like hang out with us and look for food.
Because he's always looking for food. Zero is actually the same way.
Yeah.
If he thinks that he doesn't have enough food in his bowl to survive, which is a completely random amount, usually a lot more than a little bit, he'll stop eating and start hoarding.
Yeah.
Because the food might be gone someday. So.
Huh. So the horsey game went well. I'm continuously working on them. I did a little bit of a live stream on our Instagram. It was more of testing out our Instagram so I could start at some point in the future trying to get into a regular weekly or bi-weekly thing of painting. Or maybe once a month for an extended period of time. I'll see what works out. But that will be sometime in the future. But when I did, I painted a little bit of my Gorgons. They're getting close to being done.
We should probably point out that these won't, in all likelihood, be like tutorials.
No, it's just going to be me talking to you guys while I'm painting. It's a pretty normal Instagram live. If you ever jumped on one, you may get to see the model, you may not. I haven't decided if it's going to be facing me or facing the models. Good thing.
Yeah, so that's a cool thing. So nice. Well, I'm glad you got to play. I'm glad you got beat up by fucking paladins with their blades of salty tears. They can't take.
By the way,
tears.
They got shot in Overwatch.
Ha! They can't take blades of salty tears, anyways. Just characters.
Yeah. No, it is
blades of perdition.
Yeah, it was interesting. The thing is, they can't do anything to a Spartan.
Nope.
So all he was doing is surrounding it and couldn't kill it.
Yeah,
so he was just stopping
14.
it from doing anything, and I couldn't go away because I was at the back of the table.
That's why you need to put like one Thunderhammer or two Power Fists in your army just to deal with shit.
That's what the Gorgons are, but the Gorgons stay in a tank because why play 800 points on the table when you can just bring them down to the game and then just leave them on the side? Can't get broken that way. So,
I dislike you immensely.
Okay, well, back to Legion then, since I'm going to give it a second actual attempt, because I tried to play at the start when CIS came out, and my Separatists were just getting shot off the table by Brian, because he wasn't nice. As a demo game, killed me.
I was actually there for that, yeah. Brian brought his tournament Han Solo douchebag list against Sean, who's like, I got some droids here.
I did not have any Tauntauns, though. I did kill General Grievous with Jane Erso because she's amazing, or Jyn Erso. She's better than a Jedi. She's amazing in combat. Deceptively good.
I have 3 General Grievouses because I have split boxes with 3 people.
You're insane.
Yeah.
I understand why you...
But it can be built in 3 different kits.
There you go.
So
you've got every pose.
I do. It's useless.
Yeah, he's not
But
bad.
now
character.
that Maul is out, I'm gonna have a lot more fun because I just really enjoy Darth Maul.
Yeah, he's cool.
Um,
The nice thing about it is when you were playing before, you had Grievous and then a bunch of B1s. It's like, do I shoot at the B1s that are mostly not going to bother me, or do I
With
kill
open
big and
terrain.
scary? Big and scary.
Yeah, you guys were playing with like 4 barricades, as I recall.
No, there was a nice piece of terrain in the middle of the objective.
with the objective, so you had to get to there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
commandos.
Yeah.
With the recon move.
Yeah, it was great. So you were already there. Yeah. I picked up.
I wasn't already there. I did have to move on it 2-1.
I picked up the.
With his first move.
Was it BX? Is it
BX Commandos.
Commandos.
Yeah.
But I was looking through them, trying to understand. So they can actually be built in 2 different profiles.
Yep.
Strike and I think they're just called regular
Well,
Commandos.
the strike team is a 2-man team.
Ah, okay.
That's why it's such as lower points.
Okay. I think I need more. I built them with the swords because they have a quick scout. They have Scout 3. So they could
Do a range 3 move.
Yeah.
Yep. There's no range 4 move, so.
So I think because I think that's kind of what I was missing. Like get up in your face stuff.
Yeah.
Other than that, so hopefully you can get a game in. Hopefully when the next time we play, Ricky doesn't just storm me with a tank that he just bought immediately.
I mean, you could buy a tank and
Or
do the
is-
same thing.
Obi-Wan and
I actually think the AAT
who's the other one?
The odds on me blitzing you with Obi-Wan are actually pretty high. Anakin just came out.
No, not Anakin. What's the other one? Your clone trooper that's really good.
Oh, Rex? No, he doesn't blitz you. He just helps you shoot.
Rex just lets one half your army shoot, and then the
Yeah.
other half of the
Yeah,
army
he
shoot.
just literally is like, you know how we alternate? Now we don't.
Yeah.
That's a thing that other peasants do. I'm Rex.
And then you go over to, which it's still very effective, but then you go over to the other side and you're like, all right, separatists, we're just gonna chain orders.
Yep.
Now everyone's active, but we're not gonna do anything other than that.
Clone standby is bullshit.
Oh,
So-
yeah, because you just literally,
Because
it's like,
you just-
you've activated my trap guard. Boom, boom,
Yeah,
boom, boom,
because
boom.
you just fire support everything down the line.
But here's the reason why I really want to toe back into Legion. Armada has put out
Oh yeah,
also clone troopers and separatists.
Ricky, you're gonna pick up Armada.
And as the group that was as the guy that was already working on a heresy campaign, I might, because we have a much more balanced good versus bad in Star Wars Legion, I might shift my building of the campaign to a Armada into Legion on the table campaign.
This
Rick.
is how it starts.
Hey,
Sean.
Ricky, you want to know how I was sold on it? Do you want to know how I was sold on to getting into Armada? You buy the models, you don't have to paint them. You have them. You can play with them.
You know, I was
No
actually
paint needed.
talking on Xbox to some friends of mine today, and yesterday, basically having to describe wargaming and how it works because it's not from where I'm from.
Little dolls.
Huh?
Little dolls.
Yeah, and then
Action figures.
well,
Sean,
see here's
be
the
quiet and paint your dollies.
See, here's the thing, though, right? Because if you would have bought just I don't know, clone trooper army men when Attack of the Clones came out, they were probably like $1 for a bag and came pre-painted.
There was a WizKids game that was Star Wars miniatures, and you could build armies with that, and they were like $5 for a 5-pack of guys.
Was that the little one?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like pre-Hero Clicks kind
I
of Hero
was
Clicks.
I'm so upset that I cannot find those.
I just bought a whole ton of them online
Yeah.
So what I had to explain
because
was,
I want to run that Edge of Empire game.
in terms of like, tabletop wargaming, it's sort of like, what if you could buy, if with a lot of things you just buy like a car, for example, and the car comes together and painted, and you just drive it off the lot and it works. With with tabletop wargaming, how it tends to work is, alright, it's like, yeah, well, there's the car, you just buy and drive it off the lot. Or, for 5 times the price, we can give you all the pieces of the car, and you can build it and paint it yourself, and it does the exact same thing if you don't fuck it up.
If you don't fuck it up.
Yeah, that was basically how I was forced to explain it.
But then you gotta say, but then the car is not just a car; it's the most, like, the best drive you'll ever have.
Unless you fucked it up, and then
Yeah,
it's
unless
like
you
the
fucked it
biggest
up,
jalopy you've
and then you
ever
have to
had.
go buy parts continuously to make it work.
Yes.
Oh, my buying into 8th edition.
Your buying habits in general.
It's more like trying to find a cure. The trouble with, as soon as you actually start playing
50% of the
tabletop
time?
wargaming of any kind, it's almost like you lose, and then you're like trying to buy a cure. You're trying to buy a cure for defeat.
I've never done
You'll
that.
spend so much money.
Wait, no, I did. Never mind. Black Legion. I tried doing Angry Soccer Moms, got mad, and it was like, fine, spider
I'll
droids.
throw more money at this.
No, I didn't throw money at it. I traded.
I'm trying to.
I was
no one
like,
wants my models.
I was like, I've got 3 Redemptor Dreadnoughts, and one of our other friends was like, deal.
Well, technically, I did that. I traded sold all of my Seraphon. It's all sold.
So all of your Tau
Yeah, that too. That worked out well.
and your Blood Angels.
Most of your blood.
The Tau was a very sad undergoing, because the only thing that made me sell them is I looked at what I had.
And you sold them
I
in the
loved
rain.
the model. What?
You sold them in the rain, too.
Yeah. It was like...
All you needed was a bad violinist.
Yep. I loved the Tau models. I love putting them together. They're aesthetically, love the army. The issue is what I wanted to do with it, I had priced it out and I was like another $500 and I just didn't want to deal with it. I was like, I have another army. I'll stick with that.
How
So it was a
many
sad day.
armies do you own?
In which game?
How many armies do you own?
So, Legion, it's a lot of fun. Hopefully we can get a game in soon.
I think you own more armies than I do.
I do.
Yeah, I don't even think that's a question.
I own more
might-
than most of the people at the store.
Because
He might own as many minis as I do.
I don't think that's. I think that's
No.
not a question either, but that goes the other way. Brian, no one owns as many minis as you do.
That's not true.
Okay, Matt from Mini Wargaming might own as many minis as you do.
That's not true. Games Workshop easily owns 1 billion times as many minis as
Okay,
I
just
do.
because they do dioramas. Okay. Games Workshop does it because they have warehouses as well.
And they don't, they get them at cost.
The store owns more miniatures than I do.
No, it does not.
I wouldn't be surprised if actually we're pretty close on how many armies we have.
No, the store
Actually thinking about it,
doesn't own nearly
because you have
as many
4
miniatures
legions.
as you do.
For Legion Army. For Star Wars Legion, you have 4 armies.
Mm-hmm.
You have 1, 2...
Wait, hold on.
3...
If they're just
40k?
if they're unbuilt in boxes, do they actually count?
Well, he's counting that because that's what most of my armies are.
Okay, yeah.
So, 4 for Legion.
Yep.
1 for Adeptus Titanicus. 1 for 30k. So we're at 6 right now.
And how many 40ks?
We're getting there. I'm going with Sigmar
Okay.
first.
Sigmar is easy.
3 Sigmar armies.
Yep.
Or 6 Sigmar armies.
Yeah. Technically.
It's 7. So 7 is Sigmar armies. So we're at 13.
1 Infinity.
1 Infinity. 2 Infinity. 15.
How many? 8 Imperial Aeronautica.
1. Just 1. Well, I guess I technically own Orcs because they came in the starter. And Tau. Ah, damn it. So I guess
And Brian won.
3. So we're at, I don't know, we're like 17 now.
That's 19.
That's 19. All right, ready? Dark Angels. Raven Guard.
Oh, I forgot Raven Guard.
Imperial Knights.
Oh, yeah. Duh, I'm staring at them. I don't know why I forgot them.
Custodes.
Oh, yeah, you do have you do have a ton of sprues of those.
Grey Knights.
Yeah.
Eldar. Dark Eldar.
Yeah, Brian wins this.
Guard.
Guard. Yeah, Guard's easy because I have like 2 Guard armies.
Yeah.
And I have some Mechanicum.
Yeah. Brian.
Black Legion.
And then.
I was about to say, yeah, you got Chaos.
And wait,
too.
we're not done. We got Flames of War.
Oh, I only got one of those.
Yeah, but it's 1. Yeah. So you still beat me.
So
So you're fine.
So everyone at home, take a moment to guess how many armies that actually was.
I have no idea how many.
Yeah, we lost count after 13.
I
Nope.
didn't.
Oh.
Lost count, stop counting, same thing.
Gotcha. You got your numbers in? That was 30 armies. 30. And actually, as I look past Brian, I apologize, viewers. We forgot about X-Wing.
X-Wing doesn't count, but I'll give you Armada.
Why doesn't X-Wing count?
Because X-Wing is factions. You don't get armies. Because I can just buy Rebels all day and have 100 ships, and it doesn't matter. They're all Rebels. So we're not going to count X-Wing.
Okay, what about Armada?
I own 2.
32 armies.
Wow. Yeah. So definitely under that, but yeah. The thing.
I will take it at 32.
I'll take it 32. But guess what? We probably
I'm looking around.
Mini Wargamings, watch out. We're going to create one. Create our own.
I'm looking around to make sure I didn't miss anything or that I'm willfully omitting things.
I was just doing the same thing.
No, I think that is actually everything.
I mean, we're not.
I don't know how I missed.
serious.
I was like, yeah,
seriously
you only
saying
have 3 40k ones. I'm staring at Imperial Knights across the way. It's difficult not collecting.
You just came up with another one.
Huh?
You just put another finger up.
No. I don't think I'm going to make it off of one hand.
Oh, for yours?
Yeah.
Blood Angels, Eldar, Dark Eldar, clones.
Yep.
Night's Watch.
Night's Watch, yeah. That one's.
Did you buy it?
No, that one's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't count Baratheon yet.
Speaking of Night's Watch.
So as soon as Baratheon comes in, that's 33. No, because he has the starter kit. So
No, I don't. That's a demo kit.
That very technically belongs to the store.
If we included that, you have to add in like my demo kits of Underworlds and Crisis Protocol.
Yeah,
which
we won't.
Yeah.
So
oh shit! I have a Necromunda gang.
Yeah. So we're already at 33.
So we have to let that in. So let's hold Brian at 34.
All right.
Yeah.
Did you read the interesting mechanics for Night's Watch at all?
I haven't had an opportunity to. I was selecting my army based on our local meta and just wanted to.
Well, you know, we do have somebody that does play Night's Watch.
Who? Sorry.
One of the brothers.
One of the brothers? Okay.
So Ricky and I have started to delve into A Song of Ice and Fire.
Mm-hmm.
Brian has committed that he will.
I've watched a lot of.
You want to what? I have the 3-dimensional Song of Ice and Fire terrain.
Yeah.
I paid a bunch of money for that. I'm playing Song of Ice and Fire.
I really like it. I think it's got really cool melee warfare kind of mechanics to it.
It's the best rank and flank in the industry right now.
Which I like it.
Meredith said it would probably be the only tabletop game she might play.
Who would she play?
Probably free folk.
Rednecks?
So I would have to do something else.
You would share. You guys can play the same
playing
army.
against each other is
Free folk
same
fight.
thing. But it was because the rules aren't. It's massive. The rules are literally
It's a 21-page book or something like that.
21-page book. They are pretty comprehensive.
They're thorough as fuck.
Well, I meant like for the amount of rules that you get in those 21 pages, it's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But it's because it's thorough. I think the game moves very smoothly. I think to get someone that is not into tabletop war games at all, but likes Game of Thrones, you take off the tactics board for the first few games, get them understanding just rank and flank games.
Because the tactics board makes everything weird.
Yeah,
the non-coms.
Seriously, to dumb it down, so you could get someone like a spouse that just enjoyed the show for what it was, or maybe even enjoyed the books.
The books are better.
Yes.
The book is much better than the movie. Be that guy, sure.
I'm the only one that's read all of them in this little.
I've started.
Habitat.
I've started, but it's
Are you
slow.
reading or listening to them?
Listening to them.
That's not the same.
Nobody reads anymore.
I'm sorry, Brian. There is not enough time in the world for me to read
No
rule
one does.
books
It's not
for this
true.
podcast and all this rule books for the games that I
You
play.
looked at magazines to prove you read, Brian. That's
No, he's talking about the
Luther,
novels.
Lionel Johnson. There's 4 Primark books.
And more piles of books on the floor.
Eldo, Horus Heresy, Space Marine Battle Legends, the Malice Darkblade series.
the amount of dust on the shelves he is pointing to.
Well, I haven't read them in a while.
Well, yeah, no, you
But
only
I
have to
read-
read them once.
Those are display
Except for I'm
pieces.
going through Mechanicum again because Adeptus Titanicus is awesome and I love it.
I read it all. I read every night. That's how I go to sleep at night. Well, it's not because I can't read before bed.
You just said
All right.
I lied to our
that
viewers.
is an active contradiction.
To dumb down A Song of Ice and Fire, all you'd have to do is take out the cards, so like your card decks, and then the
Yeah,
tactics board.
that's how
and you
Ryan-
can play a game.
That's how Ryan and I played our first
Yeah.
couple games. Exactly
And
that.
You could probably get someone into
Oh, yeah.
tabletop wargaming just by that alone.
Yep. The problem is with the starter set that the starter set's got some gotchas in it. Because like you're like, oh, those are just Lannister pikemen. They're infantry, and the guy with the Lannister pikemen is sitting there going,
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, those are just Stoke Cavalry. They're no big deal. And the Stoke Cavalry is like, we go wherever the fuck we want, bitch.
You're no match for my pikemen. I am if I hit him from behind.
I will say, I like the your start collecting boxes. I know that's not what they call them.
Yeah,
your
the-
starter boxes. That there are 29 points.
Yep.
Across the board, there are 29 points for each box.
The Stark and Lannister one is like 28, 29.
Yeah, that's because it's a split box.
Yeah.
And I think it was when the game started.
Yeah.
Right before everything got adjusted.
Mm-hmm.
Because now we're technically version 1.5 already.
Yes, I believe so.
So all the starter boxes for a tournament level play or your most competitive level play, it's only 40 points. So yes, it's maybe a box or two more because the points are a little weird.
Yeah,
But you're not
But it's an easy start.
Yeah,
Like
and all the models are assembled. You get out of a starter box, you get the deck of cards you need, you get dice, you get your movement trays, and if you don't feel like painting them, you don't have to. They are in your faction color.
yeah, they're injection molded in the
Yeah,
color.
they're injection.
They
molded
are a
in the color.
monopose.
They're a monopose. Well, if anything, that is a way to get a ton of people in.
Yep,
Yeah,
I don't
because-
disagree.
And they're great models. It's not like you have giant sprue bits where they haven't like clipped off them well enough to put them all together, because they are pre-assembled.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if they came pre-painted, yeah, that'd be.
I get like it's a miniatures game. People like to paint their own stuff. I'm probably actually going off of the art. I want to listen to the book, but I'll probably leave Mance Raider and Tormund Giantsbane. I'll wait because I want to listen to the book's description of them to actually paint them. Because in the show, yeah,
Yeah, we know
black
what they
hair
look like.
or like black with graying hair for Mance, which really short. But then if you look at the model, and which is all the models are approved by George R. R. Martin himself. So if that Mance Raider is a more stockier built, long haired guy, and they show him as a all gray hair, I kind of want to wait to the books to have them described. And then you also have Tormund's Giantsbane that's not redheaded. So I want to for some of the actual key models, like your specialty models and your heroes, I'll wait for the book. But I really want to get it on the table now that I have this.
Well,
the starter
I'll make
box.
it a priority to get some Baratheons in here. Ricky can just get off his ass and do stuff. He didn't just complete a whole army in 2 days, but
Yeah, because I thought we were gonna play, and
Ran out of time.
Yeah.
Life happens.
you could have gone over to Sean's house.
I actually told him I was busy because I was.
Yeah, but I wasn't. Yeah, but we weren't. That wasn't the plan. The plan was we were gonna break into Brian's house.
That was the plan. That was suggested.
Yes, but once again,
Sean only objected,
Busy.
by the way, on the grounds of a scheduling error. The breaking in, or he's like, no, that's fine.
I mean, the dog's not here. You would have been perfectly safe.
Yeah, I wouldn't have.
I mean, you got to deal with Susie with a shotgun.
Meh.
Well, the reason it was breaking and entering was because
Ricky and I both
usually
entered
not
different doors
here.
at your house.
That's true.
So it's
by habit, yeah. Like even if we showed up in the same car, I'm pretty sure we would break it.
break off,
Right,
and
all right,
one would go use the front door,
Just literally like see you in
and
a
one
second,
just
yeah.
walks in the back door. Yeah, I wait to be let in, so it wouldn't be breaking and enter.
That's not true. Sometimes I just open the door and walk away.
That's true.
Because I don't want to deal with your
you
shit.
open the door, so
Ricky just walks in.
so hopefully,
That's because you've told me to stop knocking.
hopefully we'll get
You
some
literally said that.
Legion games in, and some
Song of Ice and
Song of
Fire.
Ice and Fire.
Yeah.
Fire, and the real upshot to these is these are much quicker games unless we play the Grand Battle Legion. I think that might be
Yeah,
of a scale
Legion
with
can take a
40K.
little while because it's I go, you go, which can slow things down. But once one opponent starts to lose units, games get a lot faster.
Yeah, and Song of Ice and Fire, it can literally you make one mistake and
You're
it
done.
can collapse in one turn. Where
Yep.
it's just like this was a dead even match 5 minutes ago, and now I'm getting trounced. Like,
You know what I'm not a fan of? I forget whose model has it, but it's on a 6-up at like the start of the game. You can just kill someone's other model.
that sounds like a Lannister.
No. I think it's actually
That sounds like Arya Stark.
no. I think it's actually Ramsey. I think it's Ramsey Bolton. Can
Ramsey
do
Bolton
something.
if you're just playing all neutrals.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think he can. It's something I watched it because I wanted to know how Thens are because I want to run a few units of Thens, and they're running the Thens character, one of them, and just instantly off the game, like the start of the game, that model got killed off, like the leader, your commander.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, ooh, that seems like a pretty busted rule. Yes, it's a 6-up, but out of the amount of games you would play in a tournament, there's a pretty solid chance you're going to get a 6-up.
You're one of those
I
guys.
really like how Song of Ice and Fire dealt with special characters because there's no like broken heavy like I brought Techless to Song of Ice and Fire. It's like I upgraded my unit. It gets a minor buff.
Yes.
Yeah, and then the only benefit is your dex.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Your
So-
tactics.
Your tactics. Depending on how the game goes, and depending if Meredith actually is interested in playing it, I would pick up Baratheons, because I really like Baratheon look.
I really like them too. I like the stag helmets.
I love the stag helmets.
Yeah, that's the
And
best
I love
part.
the... what's the unit on horses?
There's two. There's Baratheon heavy cavalry, and there's like
The ones that just came out. They were just released.
I'd have to look. I can't remember because there's a Stannis faction, a Stannis / regular Baratheon faction, and then there's like a specific Renly Knights that are out. But I don't think it's the Rose Knights. I think the Rose Knights are on foot. But I know there's two different Baratheon Knights.
Jaqen Hagar is dangerous too.
Yes,
Holy
he
crap.
is.
I was watching a game trying to learn more about just like the different models because I've been going through and watching a different Free Folk because Free Folk have a ton of different units and they have their points are pretty low.
Yeah,
Because you're spamming units because
they're
you're not,
orcs.
Yeah, you're not the strongest. You are all based on tactics. You want to be flanking people. You
need giants riding mammoths. That's what you need.
Mammoths aren't out yet, but I've seen
There's a giant out.
I have 2 already.
Oh, they come in the starter.
2 giants come in the starter.
Oh, nice.
You get a unit of trappers, 2 units of raiders because raiders come together.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have 2. If you buy 1 unit, you have to put another unit on the table, and then you get 2 giants.
Nice. That's a decent. And you get Mance and the Lord of Bones.
No, Mance, Tormund's Giantsbane, Caster,
Okay. Well,
And-
Caster's like a support character,
yeah.
though, right?
and then you also get the Queen of the Free Folk, Mance's wife.
Okay.
Anyone that watched the show only would not know who she is because they just decided to drop her as a character.
She's not really that prevalent in the books either. It's why Mance left the watch, basically.
Oh, okay.
I
thought she was more prevalent in the books.
No, the Lord of Bones you can get, though, because they have the followers of Bone as a kid.
Yeah, you can also Ingrid. You can get.
Oh, you can't get Ingrid? Spearwives.
Yes.
Oh, Spearwives, yep.
Well, she comes in the Free Folk Heroes 1 box.
Nice. She was a neat character.
Yeah.
The whole raid on the other side of the wall was a neat little storyline that they followed. I actually felt bad when they all died.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Well, they didn't all.
In the book, they all died.
Okay, well.
John lived.
Well,
Thanks.
of course they all died in the book.
Yeah. The only issue is, and it's already been said for anyone that's already playing A Song of Ice and Fire, is there's going to be a point where the game is just going to get new additions and probably not new models.
Well, they've been picked up by Asmodee as well, and they've already started to solve their production issues from Simon, because it was just like, I'll make new stuff, and old stuff gets old, and you'll never ever see it again.
No, it's not that. It's a written story.
Oh,
It's not like 40K where it's just like, all right, every so many editions we advance the narrative and you get new stuff.
Well, no, because you
Actually, they never advanced the narrative. This was a new thing in 8th edition.
Yeah, well, you can always just kind of, without actually changing the timeline, you can just blow it out. I mean...
Yeah, because there was many, many battles that they don't really go into.
No, yeah, it's an entire...
Like, they could make a whole... War. They have Tullies as part of Starks right now, but Tullies could be a faction on their own.
Dorn. Oh, Dorn I would buy.
They could do
the
Golden Company.
And how about Greyjoys?
They could do Greyjoys. They could do the Golden Company. They could do all of the city-states.
Yep.
Bravos. I think there might be a mercenary company for Bravos.
I don't think so yet.
There is a lot. That world is big, and it's not everything's covered.
And technically, it's only at one continent, or it's two continents that they talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah, Westeros and
wherever.
Yeah, wherever Bravos is.
Well, no, she goes past Bravos because Bravos is an island.
Oh yeah.
It goes to wherever, like the Dothraki and the
Korth.
The slavers are.
Oh, I can't remember.
Slaver's Bay. Slaver's Bay is a.
We know the name.
Slaver's Bay is.
I don't remember the name.
I'm spacing on it right now.
I've actually
probably Easteros. Let's be honest.
And they've got White Walkers that they can make into an army. Please don't.
I would instantly buy them.
Please don't.
What do you mean? All you need is Arya Stark.
White Walkers have a special rule: careless.
You should play whatever you want and not worry about what other people are playing, because the only thing that other people aren't playing at the store right now is Targaryens.
Yep.
And they did just get Dothraki pikes.
Meredith,
the starter set is all
might do Dothraki.
Is all Dothraki.
Doing Dothraki.
But they've got a ton of Unsullied now. Unsullied Swordsmen, Unsullied Pikemen. No dragons.
Which is fine.
I mean, they will eventually get.
Oh yeah, there's going to be fucking.
It will be probably like.
You're going to get fucking Drogon, and it's just going to be awful for everyone.
Yeah, but then they're going to put out White Walkers, and then you'll get the.
Ice Dragon.
Ice Dragon. Maybe. Because the books haven't got there yet.
No.
Because technically.
The books end when Jon dies the first time.
Yeah.
Before Miss Landy, or however you say her name, brings him back. It's when the Watch assassinates him.
The Red...
the Red Priestess.
Yeah.
It's back when the Watch assassinates him.
Yeah. So, I know we'd definitely like to get that on the table just because it would be nice to fully play.
I got to pick up the Baratheon. I'm probably going to do that this week, just so I can play. And I want to get on the table and play. I've played it 3-4 times now. Only a couple times with the deck, and never with the tactics board.
I want to play it with the tactics board and deck before I buy the next unit. Mm-hmm. But I think I'm in between the Rattlebones or the Thens.
The Thens are just like warriors kind of guys.
They're more brutal warriors. They're like the most aggressive.
Are they like the Umber Berserkers or whatever they are?
Yeah, they're kind of your most like aggressive unit. They're your strongest. But the one that a lot of people say are the best for free folk are your Spearwives.
Really?
Because not until the last rank, so you can lose 2 full ranks, which is 8 models, before they actually degrade in your amount of tax, which is really good. It's 7/7. Then I think it goes 3, because it's all based on how many ranks you have is how many attacks you get.
So the really cool thing about the Night's Watch, like your guys hit super hard. And so you want to bring like all Night's Watch veterans because they all have like heavy armor and great swords.
You also have like the
But-
only siege weapons.
If once I think you have catapults.
No.
Oh, I thought you guys had siege weapons too. But what you can do is you could take the rangers, which are like archers, and whatever your Night's Watch cavalry is. I can't remember what it's called. And trackers, and they have it.
Rangers.
The rangers are the cavalry.
Rangers, well, per the lore of the cavalry.
Okay. Well, rangers and trackers then, and they can mark a unit. Like they go first and they say, "Get these guys," and that makes everybody else that's trying to get like Tau with marker lights. It's the same kind of fucking idea. So it's a very like it's an army that has to work together. It's really cool.
Nuance. I like it.
I was gonna do Night's Watch until Baratheon came out, and then I saw the Baratheon models, and I'm like, this is like old school Bretonia. This is where I'm going.
Also, we talk about one other great thing about A Song of Ice and Fire. Their
Can
app.
we talk about it?
I don't know. My voice just cut out.
They
for a
have an
second.
app.
They have an app, and it actually works, and it's free. GW, it's free. You get all the cards. You can look through the stuff. What? Would I missay GW?
No, you're good.
Oh,
Keep going.
GW still trying to hire an app individual.
An app builder.
Yeah,
Developer. They're called developers now.
app developers.
Ricky, you
Yeah.
can develop an app. You're smart.
No. You have to work on. You have to be able to develop and manage theirs.
Smart. You got spare time.
But no, they
really,
have it.
They really should just hire the guy who runs Battlescrad.
They have an.
They should have.
They have an app, and you can look through all the armies. You can even go into your tactics cards.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
That's really cool. I really like CMON as a company. CMON is cool, mini or not. They're a good company. Their board games are quality. Their miniatures games are quality. The only problem was they couldn't all their stuff was based off Kickstarter for a while, so every once in a while it was hard to get older stuff. But I've got no complaints. Their miniatures are good. Their terrain's a little lacking, but you can play with standard wargaming terrain. It's this specific the spirit tree. I can't remember what they're called.
Yeah, but I mean, you can proxy stuff easily enough. It's
The pile of corpses. That's a terrain piece for the game. Is a pile of corpses.
yeah, well, I mean, but you can get those from anything. There's a pile of corpses.
Yeah, but it has to fit a certain size. Whatever.
Yeah. Other than that, but I know.
Did the
I think it's because you also really don't like 2D terrain.
I hate 2D terrain.
Coming from also playing War Machine and Hordes, I don't have a problem with it. I think it makes it very easy to you don't lose a model when you set it on terrain every once in a while. Oh, that one scout that was left for the last 3 turns not being shot at.
He needed to be right where he belonged.
Yes, but I'm saying you don't lose stuff.
I knew he
It's
was
easy
there.
to look across the board. What I do enjoy is a lot of companies are moving into this. Here's my game, but here's a free app that helps you control all this. Adeptus Titanicus. It's not by them, by the way.
Here's a
But
couple
they have
Titan
two great. They're 2 different great ones, and one of the ones that we have talked about before, I found out, and we can talk about this when we get a few more games in of multiple mana pools and stuff. When we come back to Adeptus Titanicus, but I found that the other one is not that bad. The other app that we were talking about.
Cool. Yeah.
But Infinity has their.
Yeah, Infinity's
their
app is brilliant.
And then I'm actually really loving the Song of Ice and Fires.
I will definitely look that up. You'll
I
have
know
to share that with me
X-Wing
later.
has them. I'm assuming Armada probably has one.
Data management for tabletop games is huge on apps.
Yep.
It makes D&D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Path Builder for Pathfinder is amazing.
Yeah, it's an incredible app. Easy to keep track of your spells.
It just sucks to print.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that does require a little bit extra work,
But yeah, I'm looking really. You guys sitting here talking about these games that I've played for a while and then basically had accepted, nobody else was going to play with me, or only 2 other people playing with me, has me super excited for our communities.
I like that our community is growing into other games because
It's not just 40K.
GW owned it.
Yeah.
And I know we have no Sigmar, but I'd love to see Sigmar grow because Sigmar is actually a really fun game.
I think Sigmar's in a sweet place, and once we get through COVID, we'll see Sigmar come back. Sigmar would have been big this summer.
it would have been too. We
a lot of people bought armies to play.
I was working with Brian
Mm-hmm.
on just comprehending rules because I really like the game.
And his brother brought 4 light elves.
And I'm talking about you, Brian, not other Brian.
Oh.
But yes, Brian, shout out. You bought a ton of stuff.
He bought
we were talking a lot
orcs.
about your orcs.
Orcs. His brother brought light elves. Another guy brought fucking bone reapers.
Yep.
Another person has Night Haunt that's never been able to play. Then we've got Ryan, the infamous Ryan, with his Stormcast Eternals. And Ricky with his Light Elves.
I don't know. That's a lie.
Ricky Light Elves 2021.
Yo, Ricky, if they do put out Dark Elves, would you go for Dark Elves?
No, if I was to play a faction, it would be the Light Elves, but just mechanically, I don't like the game.
That's okay. I'm going to pick up the Battle for Plano Fields, and you'll just play Lord of the Rings with me.
So here's basically...
The last charge of the Rohirrim.
So here's basically what's going to happen, right?
The
We're
last
going to get
charge
really excited about
the
A Song of Ice and
Rohirrim.
Fire, and they're going to get excited somehow about Sigmar, and where we're going to meet is when GW is going to release the Old World, which they promised us a year ago. Or
They're
so.
still working on it, but that's going to be heresy.
They said it was going to be a 3-year project.
Yeah, the only thing they've even
Like-
hinted at existing is Kislev, which is cool. Go Kislev. I like my Ukrainian Poles.
I
but-
think it's... I
As
believe
long
that
as
that
there's
is going
not
to be the melee fantasy combat game.
I'm wondering if one of the conspiracy theories about it is going to be true, because
Which theory
GW
is
could
that?
just, if they do it in 28 mil, they just create competition against themselves. But if they do it in 15 mil, they don't. And I'm wondering if it's actually going to be in 15 mil.
That would be interesting.
I don't know.
I don't know how I feel about 15 mil.
Or like 10 mil, or like Epic.
I wouldn't sell it all in Epic.
No, I think you'd lose all of the detail that people want, and
Yeah,
to bring them back from that nostalgia.
Yeah, it would not
I
sell
think
in Epic.
what they would need to do is, yes, they're competing with themselves.
Well,
I don't
also,
know.
But no, well,
I don't know if they could-
I don't think they have a problem with competing with themselves, though.
they,
Just think
people
about
would be able to
demons.
port Sigmar over to
Yeah, they
Old
would.
World.
Yeah,
No,
would,
but for
people would be
selling,
happy.
he's saying.
Well, no, but I'm saying they compete themselves already because you're demons, right? They go Sigmar and 40k.
Yeah, but you also get the same people that are going, well, why am I now dealing with models from Warhammer Fantasy, like these Skaven models that have never been redone, or these lizard men that are still in resin that haven't been redone, and now I gotta play with this new old world with these old models.
Yeah.
So I get that. Like, you're gonna have people complain.
Realistically, though, if all they did was release rules, they would make money on books alone with doing nothing
Rules
else.
and proprietary trays.
Yeah, rules and proprietary trays.
There you go. You got a game.
All right.
Throw in proprietary
They
dice
would-
and you got it too. Cards.
I think it's time to start wrapping stuff up. First and foremost, Sean,
Yes.
what are you going to work on before our next episode?
Before our next episode,
Mhm.
yeah, I'm gonna keep working on 2 different things. So 1, I'm working on our terrain so we can get a game of Infinity in.
Cool.
And 2, Star Wars Legion, so we can get one of those games in, and hopefully something that will be coming in the future.
Let's get
Stay
some,
posted for that.
let's get some pictures on our Instagram so people can see how you're doing.
I will. I'll take it actually. I'll get some photos up or sent over to you of what I've already built and what's ready.
I
And
can do
Ricky?
the same thing, but with my painting skills, it will literally be like we're filming. Like it's like these pictures are from like a model snuff film.
It's Instagram. Filters are everything. Brian
Yeah.
can black and white whatever you need.
Yeah.
Sweet, thank you, Brian. That is
Yeah.
what is basically going to happen.
So you're going to work on Blood Angels?
I might get a few more Legion just because I think that's where my head is definitely turning, and that is where.
Are there going to be some Wolfpack?
Huh?
Wolfpack?
No. You don't get to decide. Sorry.
Which Legion is it going to be?
Huh? You know that's not how I do things. You know.
Are you gonna paint up a Bad Batch?
Actually, no. Is it similar? No. I just picked colors at random. You know how I do this. It's like, what am I? How do my models have to be painted? Well, my opponent needs to be able to tell that they're on my team, and that's about it. It's literally as far as I go.
I'm just giving you shit. So, my plan is I'm going to finish out these Chaos Knights.
Yoda 2021, after Syndrolling.
Yeah, I know where you can already get a
I'm going to finish
model.
out these Chaos Knights, and then I'm really excited to start working on my Legion, which I've actually been dreading for the last year. I haven't painted anything for Legion. I haven't painted a single Clone Wars model, and I will be painting them. I don't know what I'm doing, how fast I'm going to go, but I will have at least one model painted, one character or one unit painted before we see you again.
I actually forgot that I didn't glue the heads on my clone troopers, and I was painting them, and just going. Just the head flew off, and I don't know where it went. Thankfully, the speeder bikes come with extra heads.
Excellent. All right. So that's what our plans for hobby are. So I would love it if our listeners, if you guys put your plans or pictures for your hobbying for the next 2 weeks, either on our Instagram, which is Wargaming After Dark, or on our Facebook page, which is also Wargaming After Dark. We're pretty simple to find.
It's about accountability, folks. Brian will shame us and you.
I will. Happily. And then finally, I would like to thank our 4 Patreon patrons. If you guys are interested in supporting the podcast, other than these 4 wonderful individuals, if you head over to Patreon and search Wargaming After Dark, we have 2 tiers available right now, and there will be more tiers available in the future. We're working on getting some pretty cool merchandise together, and hopefully sometime soon we'll be starting some battle reports, which will be in an interesting, new, unique format. We think unique format, new to us.
Yes, we believe it will be a completely different battle report experience.
Yeah.
Better.
Maybe not better. Just like everything, we're growing, we're learning, and hopefully we'll keep on making improvements for you guys. So thank you to the 4 people that have decided to support us. Thank you for anybody else that decides to support us along the way. And everybody, have a good night.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.